Alright, so I've got a special second half for this lesson. Little time's gone by, and yeah, I've been doing guitar charts and actually practicing. That was a real good discussion about the magic fret, but it wasn't the subject of that lesson, and it can get messy if I start talking about a subject that I don't have the proper charts and I haven't prepared for it. So some of the stuff's just trivia, that the missing fret for one key is the magic fret for the tritone of the other key, that kind of stuff. There could be something to that, but moving on in the subject matter, and that is the long patterns, playing the long patterns. Why do we play the long patterns? So they can be played from the fret nut or from the or from a capo. So I've mapped out the long pattern. So this is one root, pentatonic and diatonic. Remember, on the root you can play the diatonic and the pentatonic. Okay, and of course from the fourth and the fifth you can play the root diatonic from any of those members. So if you have a fourth pentatonic here, like that, at any time you can also go, you can do that little diatonic lead up to it from the root, but that's the root diatonic. So it's a little complicated, but let's look at this. So these are the pattern shapes for the long pattern, and then for the S4L, which is the companion to the long pattern. And it's just these two patterns you can build the long patterns on. For instance, in the A shape, which is the A shape C, let's say right here. Here's my A shape C. Okay. We have the long pattern on the bottom, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we go into the short pattern. This is diatonic now, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root. Takes us right into the next short pattern cage, right? The next string shape on top there, which is a D string shape. So the A string shape goes to what? In cage, C-A-G. It's the G string shape, sorry, not the D string shape. I said D string shape. Shame on me. The D string shape's down here. It's an alias. It's a whole step, half step. Whole step, half step. Alright, so when we do it pentatonically, it's on the root now. On the root, it's 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6. Now look at this pattern. It says it's E-shaped. Now if I was doing an S4L from the E shape down here, let's say we're going to start this pattern right here, E shape, from down here. Okay, it's got an E shape to it right there. And notice anything, if you're looking for the shape of a pattern or you want to give a pattern a name, going with the bottom string shape is the best way. So it would be an E-shaped pentatonic. Problem is, when you put it on top of an S3XL, it's going to take on a different shape. Starting here at the A shape C here, right? It's going to take on the next shape up from that A in cage C-A-G. It's going to take on a G shape. So this E pattern is going to take on a G shape when we put it through the warp. So it goes like this. We'll do the pentatonic. Then we go, now we got to warp it up. Let's look at that one more time. Alright, so we had that E shape. I played the E shape wrong, my bad. Because remember, your E shape has the two longs after the short one. So let's try that one more time. 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root. All right, so it's fun to find out that this is an E-shaped pentatonic in the root position, but we put it through whatever warp it's going to be put through. And this is one way this whole thing can be done, is just with two patterns. For instance, the S3XL and the S4L. Because right there you got 7 strings of pattern. So you can fit it on anywhere you start. Let's say root 2, 3. Say we start on root 2, 3. We'll go there up 6 strings. So root would be what? Root would be an Ionian pattern. So to start on the C, I could do mine from way down here. So it would be root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. Pentatonically, it would be then, wow, that I didn't warp it up. That's what happens when you don't warp a pattern up. So right there, it warps it up into the next string shaped pattern. So we look at this S3XL. Let's give this the label. We're going to give it the A shape because it's starting an A shape right there, right? 5, 6. Okay, so don't look at my colors there because I'm down tuned here. It's just doing just with shapes, so I can do it up here, the 5, 6. Pretend like this is a fret nut. We're not going to play any of this because this is a hard end, a string tied. Okay, so we've got 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6. We did this already, right? So this is the A shape. Now pretend that fret nut dissolves and we can get down there. So we do our A shape here. The next shape up in cage, C-A-G, is the G shape. So that's where this pattern takes us to that G shape. So it's 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6. Then we just finish up on a G-shaped pentatonic. Do that all day, Sounds like somebody's got their synthesizer doing something and it's just in a little loop. So now this is new, folks. This is something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I've been afraid to do it. So before we go on to the 4th and the 5th shapes, just remember the root, pentatonic, and diatonic. We've got root 2, 3, 5, 6 for that pentatonic, right? Root 2, 3, 5, 6. Or the diatonic, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root. Now, if we're playing in that one mode, now when we go to the 4th of that one, so if we're in the key of C, the 4th is going to be the key of F. It's going to be a Lydian 4th. So here's the key of C, Ionian. The 4th would be Lydian 4th. Okay, so it's an augmented 4th there. That's not going to the 4th, I know, really. I mean, apologies to the tribute to rock and roll, but it's the Lydian 4th, and there'll be plenty of opportunity to go to the suspended 4th within the mode, such as in the Ionian and in the mix.